It was supposed to be the most magical night of her life. In the heart of Dubai, where the skyline sparkles with gold and luxury flows like water, a fairy tale wedding was underway. The bride, 26-year-old Layla, stepped into the presidential suite of one of the city's most exclusive 7-star hotels. Hours earlier, she had married millionaire businessman Ahmad al-Mansouri in a $500,000 ceremony that drew 500 guests, from royal dignitaries to foreign diplomats. But behind the glittering chandeliers, the designer gowns, and the media frenzy, a sinister truth was quietly unraveling. One that would end with a lifeless body on silk bedsheets and 2 powerful families shattered by betrayal, obsession, and revenge. Welcome to this gripping true crime documentary. If you love twisted real-life stories, subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. This is a story of wealth, secrets, obsession, and murder. Let's begin. From the outside, Layla seemed to have it all. A beautiful, well-educated woman from one of the region's most respected families. She had studied law in London, earned accolades, and returned home to a life of privilege and promise. But someone had been watching. Closely. Ahmad al-Mansouri, her new husband, wasn't just a suitor, he was a predator. For over 2 years, he had meticulously tracked Layla's life. What started as fascination soon turned into an unhealthy obsession. Using fake identities, anonymous emails, and private investigators, Ahmad dug deep into Layla's past, trying to uncover anything that could be used against her. Rumors from her university days in London were all it took for him to spiral into a paranoid frenzy. But Layla wasn't as blind as he thought. Somewhere during the courtship, between the flowers, the luxury gifts, and the too perfect gestures, she started to notice cracks in the mask, and when she traced those anonymous threats back to Ahmad himself, the game changed. She didn't confront him. Not right away. Instead, Layla began building her own case. She recorded conversations, tracked calls, and created a detailed file of Ahmad's psychological abuse and manipulative behavior. She planned to reveal it all, publicly, not just to bring Ahmad down, but to expose a much darker truth: the systematic targeting of educated women who dared to have a past, especially those who lived or studied in the West. The wedding went ahead, lavish, opulent, a distraction. But the real ceremony happened that night. Alone in the suite, beneath the flicker of ambient light and the echo of distant music, the 2 newlyweds confronted each other. Ahmad pulled out the file. Hundreds of pages of surveillance, photos, bank statements, and recordings. He told her he would ruin her family, her future. Then Layla dropped her bombshell. She had everything, too. She had his voice on tape, his threats, his investigators' names, his obsession. She told him the truth. This wedding was her trap. She wasn't running anymore. She was going to expose him and everything he stood for. That moment, witnesses would later say, was the last time anyone saw them alive and calm. What happened next was brutal and quick. A struggle. A scream. Then silence. When hotel staff entered the suite the next morning, they found Layla lying motionless on the floor, blood staining her wedding gown. Ahmad was sitting by the window, glassy-eyed, muttering words that made no sense, completely disconnected from reality. He was arrested at the scene. In his brief statement to police, he claimed Layla had provoked him and threatened his reputation. He believed he had done what was necessary to protect his family's honor. But Dubai was stunned, and this time honor wasn't going to be an excuse. As investigators dug deeper, what they uncovered was even more horrifying. Ahmad had done this before. Multiple women had accused him of stalking and manipulation, but no one had dared to press charges. Layla was supposed to be his trophy bride. When she turned the tables, his fragile ego shattered, and the consequences were deadly. The case made headlines across the Middle East and beyond. It exposed an elite society where appearances matter more than truth, where women are punished for having a past, and where wealth can buy silence, until it can't. Layla became a symbol. Her private recordings were released posthumously, sparking public outrage and igniting movements across the region demanding justice, reform, and protection for women, especially those who dared to speak out. Ahmad's trial was closed door, but leaked documents confirmed the worst. He had premeditated the act, the surveillance, the threats, the obsession. It wasn't just a crime of passion, it was a pattern. And this time, it cost him everything. This wasn't just the story of a marriage gone wrong. It was a war between truth and illusion, played out in designer clothes and diamond rings, ending in blood. If this story shocked you, share this video to keep Layla's story alive. Let the world know what really happened behind that palace suite door. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more stories that the headlines don't tell you.